There are a couple weird examples we got to talk about with these systems. So the first one is what happens. There's actually a scenario where we could have infinite solutions. Infinite solutions mean there's not just one, there's not just two, there's not just a million. There's an infinite. It just goes on and on forever, right? That's a lot of solutions for a system. And I'm going to show you exact circumstances that it comes down to, and maybe hopefully explain why that happens. So we've got a system like this, and take a look. We've got one that's in y equals and one that's in standard form, right? So slope-intercept in standard form. That tells me right off the bat, we are going to try to solve this with substitution. Right? That's the good method to solve this. So what do? I notice that y equals 3x minus 5. So I look at my y in my second equation, I say, hey, I'm going to rewrite this second equation, but instead of including that y, I know y equals 3x minus 5. So I'm just going to substitute that in. So now I have this new problem I've got to solve. And I got to solve for x. So I'm going to distribute. And I'm going to get 6x minus 10 minus 6x equals negative 10. Okay? So let's start off the bat. I got 6x minus 6x. I'm combining like terms. Well, those are going to cancel out. So what I have left when I'm solving this equation is negative 10 equals negative 10. A good question when you're thinking about this is, when does negative 10 equal negative 10? The answer is all the time. Negative 10 always equals negative 10. This is a clue that you have infinite solutions. If we would have came all the way down this problem and gotten to a statement like 7 equals 7, or 4 equals 4, or even 0 equals 0, these are true all the time. Right? And that's going to let us know that we have infinite solutions. And that's actually the correct answer here. You don't need to say like, oh, x could be anything, y could be anything. This is a system where there's infinite solutions. And that's how you write it out. The reason why this happens is it would be helpful to think about it on a graph. If I was to graph those two lines, what would happen is I'd get my first line. A typical system will look like this, where that'll be one equation, and this will be the other equation. And those two equations, right, those two systems will only have one solution, where they intersect. Now, the issue is, what happens if your lines look like this? There's my green line, and here comes my blue line. Those don't cross just at one point. Those cross at every point. They cross here, 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 and 1,000 spots in between, and on for forever. Thus, the infinite solutions. So the issue was both of those two lines in the system that I had, those are both the exact same line. And that's a situation you have infinite solutions.